I have to confess that I do love soda. I absolutely love soda. And you know what? I know that there's a lot of sugar in soda, and I wish that there was like kind of a healthier way to have that bubbly experience. And there is, and that's why I have a SodaStream. My producer Dan has a SodaStream. It's the SodaStream Fizzy Sparkling Water Kit. You get 3 flavor bottles, and you also get the CO2 cartridge. It's an exclusive configuration only for us here at HSN. Free shipping and handling, and your flex pay is 5 payments, 0 interest, 0 fee to use flex payment. Your total is $69.95, but you only put down $13.99 and we send you the whole kit. So you choose the red, you choose the white, or you choose the black. So you're getting the SodaStream itself, you're getting 2 bottles, and then you're also getting the 2 canisters, and then you're also getting the little sodas so that you can make the flavored water. But what I really like about it is where you can make soda kind of however you want to make it. So you just add tap water, you put it in here, and then you push the button. And some people like a little bit of fizz, and other people like it super fizzy. That's something that when you get a can of soda, whatever the manufacturer decides is the amount of fizz you get, but you can dictate the amount of carbonation that you're adding. So if you push it once, push it twice, I push it 3 times because I like extra bubbles. I like it that way. You can do a little bit of artificial sweetener and some lemon, and then you have some 0-calorie fun. And that's something that I like to do. So SodaStream, I think, is a great gift. It's also a way, let's say you're just trying to you're trying to drink more water. Well, if regular tap water is like boring to you, how about some fizzy water with some fruit in it? Cucumber, lime, lemon, slice of orange. This is what you're doing, is you're taking water and making it fun. And this is very, slim design. It can be right out on your counter. You fill up a bottle with tap water, you pop it in here, you just push the button 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. I do 3 times. You can do more, but 3 times, that's what the manufacturer recommends, and I find that it's perfect. And then you're ready to go. So you're getting the mini CO2 canister, the cylinder instruction booklet, the safety guides. You're getting extras, 2 of the 1-liter carbonated bottles. That's exclusive to us. You're getting another CO2 cartridge. You're getting a MyWater orange, a MyWater raspberry, and a MyWater lemon lime, and another CO2 mini mail-in rebate. So you're gonna get a rebate to mail in. But also on hsn.com, you can buy a little bit of the syrups to add to make a cola or a lemon lime soda or diet, all sorts of, there's a diet pink grapefruit that they have that is probably my all-time favorite drink. And it's, I believe we have those on hsn.com now, Dan, some flavors if they want to do a cola. I like the pink grapefruit that they used to have. They used to have a diet pink grapefruit. I'm not sure if it's on hsn.com right now, but it's available in retailers, and it's pretty much available in a lot of places. But the machine itself and the extra bundle goodies, we try to do the very best price anywhere. And this is the best bundle. So you're getting, you need the bottles to make the soda in, like the bottle you're seeing there in the video. We give you 2 of them. And you also get not only the CO2 cartridge, but an extra mini CO2 cartridge and a mini mail-in rebate for another CO2 cartridge. So you can make the most refreshing, oh, look at all that. Okay, see there, thank you, Dan, for showing everybody that. So you see all the different flavors, and there's the grapefruit right there. That's the one with the grapefruit. I just saw it. Dr. Pete, that's funny. So there's all your favorite flavors of soda, but it's less sugar. Even not the diet, the regular is less sugar than the kinds that you buy in the grocery store. And they have really a lot of cool flavors and a lot of 0-calorie choices to drink more water. And if you're saying, you know what, not right now, I'm having fun at the holidays, I'm gonna treat myself, but after the 1st, I'm gonna drink more water, I'm gonna cut down on my calories. This is like a really tasty way to do that. And I feel like a sparkling sweet beverage with no calories is a good way to feel like you're treating yourself. So I think this is a really good treat yourself gift. And you know what else? If you're entertaining, and you've ever like are serving people and you run out of a mixer, you know what I'm talking about? You're having like a shot of an adult beverage, like, and then you want to have a little mixer with that, you're never going to run out. First of all, when you go to the store to buy cans of soda, it's this huge crate, you've got to have all the storage and everything. With SodaStream, you just need these little concentrated bottles that you can keep. Oh, you want to have some lemon lime soda with that? You want to have a cola with that? You want to have like tonic with that? Whatever you want to have with that, you can keep them in these little bottles, and then it's just regular water. Whether you have filtered water, tap water, spring water, whatever kind of drinking water you have, you fill it up, you push the button 3 times, and then you add like a little bit of the syrup. And the other thing is, you can control how much of the flavor that you add. So that's a very personalized thing. That's why some people are like this brand of cola or that brand of cola. You can make your own brand of cola. They have a cola syrup, you put it in, you know, you taste it. You know what? I like a little bit more. Put a little bit more, and you know what? That's perfect. I want every single cola to taste like that. And we're gonna have a full presentation coming up at 11 a.m.